You can also be wrong. You can also be wrong and sometimes very wrong, right? So life is not just one way, and life is not just always going to be your way. All right. Life, like I say, is like 6 and 9, depending on the position you are looking from. All right. So what that means is that other people cannot always be wrong. They can also be right. And sometimes you can be right and the other person will be right. And sometimes we can all be right. I mean, depending on what we can see. So, for example, if you are staying at the other side of a 6, you will say it's a 9. And actually, you are seeing a 9, but you are not conscious of the fact that it is as a result of your position. And if you are at the base of the 6, you will say this is a 6, and die-heartedly you believe it's a 6, no matter what the other person at the other end will say. So the point I'm making is that you can be right, and the other person can also be right. And if we all have this understanding and we all have this awareness that we can be wrong. I mean, I can make mistake. I'm a human being. I'm not God. All right. So you can make mistake. You're a human being. You are not God. So if you have that consciousness, we're able to tolerate ourselves. We're able to give rooms, all right, for ourselves to make mistakes and be able to correct them. And we'll be less judgmental. We'll be less judgmental. We'll be less manipulative. All right. When we know that, you can be wrong and we can be both right. All right. And not be saying the same thing. We can be both right and not be saying the same thing. That's just what I want to pass today. All right. To say that don't traumatize anybody, right? Because the trauma you are planting in the life of somebody today, that person will bleed on another person tomorrow. And eventually the person they are bleeding on, get traumatized again, and the trauma continues to, perpetrate. So as much as possible, personally, you can choose that you're not going to traumatize anybody. All right. You're not going to traumatize anybody. As some are even living in trauma they are not aware